Wait,
We're
wait,
recording.
wait.
We're recording.
We
Wait.
can
Oh,
we can just
shit.
Let me do the intro. What's the podcast called?
high school DxD. No,
Let's call it. Okay, I'm
Hentai
A.
It's on.
Okay, let's take the first letter of each of our names.
I know.
What?
High school crisis.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
What
Yes.
if we grow out of high school? Will it be called College Crisis and have
Then
like a
it's
second season?
No, it's X high school crisis. Dumbass.
Okay, no. Let's call it. Here's the thing. Let's make it
Come
high school.
on.
Let's make it high school crisis. Then we enter college, call it college crisis. Then we enter adulthood, and we call it adulthood crisis.
Planning
No,
way
no,
too far ahead, Dr. Forget about
high
that.
school
Let's call it high school crisis.
Okay,
No,
fine.
let's just call it high school crisis, and then when we end. Or we can just call it adulthood. Adulthood crisis, the prequel. You know.
Or
The
Oh,
prequel.
yeah. That's actually.
I like this thinking.
Oh,
Okay, let me do the intro.
I-
Sup, you beautiful bastards! You know the Philip DeFranco.
Wait. Just call me Mai, because that's my Asian name.
Well, if I
Mai?
call you Mai, it also sounds like a female name.
Oh, wow.
No, that doesn't.
Shit.
Mia sounds like a girl's
Mia
name.
Khalifa.
No, don't enter that route, please. First topic. Can someone clap? That's the intro. Okay, good. Now, first topic.
I clapped my cheeks, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, we can talk about
Oh,
clapping
yeah.
cheeks.
Yeah, talk about cheeks.
I talk about
When I was
cheeks.
at the, let me just tell you this.
Hey,
some
this
Okay,
people
you can
don't
go
get,
ahead.
like,
Go
that
ahead.
right.
Go ahead.
When I was at the expo, we had like a manga class,
Yeah.
and there was this girl who sat beside me, yeah. And like every time the artist does something, we like stand up and clap because, you know. So, yeah, every time the girl sits, her thighs like hit each other.
Yeah,
and,
you
like, she's
told
wearing
me
a short
this.
skirt. Yeah, they hit each other, and like it makes this sound. And me being the pervert that I am, I got so aroused by it. And every time she sits, I have to like listen, and it happens every time, and she gets embarrassed.
You told me she was Saudi, right?
oh,
Okay.
she's Japanese. Wait, what?
No, wait, the
Oh.
artist was Japanese. Who knows?
No.
Who cares?
You're
No,
talking about the artist, right?
No.
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 Oh,
Shut up. Do you have
oh
a
my
kink?
God.
Do you have a
Next.
fetish for
Next
artists?
topic.
Well, okay. That's. I mean, I can't open any
Fuck's
topics
sake.
that are not politics.
Okay, I know what to do. When in doubt, foxtail, freak show, freakless, freaks,
Wow.
frog girl. These are actually hentai tags.
Oh.
No.
Oh, God.
We can actually make a
Full
song
sensitive.
just reading hentai tags.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Filter Frank did that, but on
Oh
porn.
yeah. Porn titles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do
How
you?
the fuck
Hey,
did she?
My. Did you listen to our song?
No.
No, can you
wait.
stop? No,
Yeah.
don't.
No. All right.
No.
What's
Alright,
on?
we're
What's
not
on?
gonna
What's
sing
on?
it.
What's on?
So basically,
Next topic.
so basically, me in the web.
You can't go on. He did the clapping. Stop it.
No, shut up.
Okay.
I hold power. So basically,
You don't hold power.
hand job, hand gestures, hardcore, harem.
so basically,
harness.
so basically, me and Awab when we first became friends.
Stop. So
when
Like honestly, it was depending on Guac to enter and just give us some bizarre stories of how her grand British fathers used to like conquer Syria or something, and we just listen. But yeah, it was just stuck with an Asian and 3 douchebags.
Wow. Okay.
he
I mean,
considered
like-
himself as a douchebag.
Yeah.
I consider myself part of the United African. Oh yeah, why don't we
Yeah,
just
the thing. Let's
listen,
talk
just
about the
listen.
hypothesis. Yeah, yeah. Continue.
Okay, so Hannah and Hashem, just listen to this. It's really
Okay.
clever. I made this what do you call it? A theory?
I think
Yeah,
hypothesis.
Sorry.
Hypothesis.
it's
Yeah,
the
I
same.
made it up. Yeah, I made it up at 4 a.m. yesterday or
No, I
5, who
did.
cares?
I made it up. Shut up. I came up with the
No.
first. I sparked the idea.
Okay, okay. Let me just tell you. Let me just tell you. So,
Okay, okay. Go ahead.
The fuck?
okay. Wait for it. Wait for it. What if we make like the whole African continent just one? So it's like the United States of Africa. I know, like it's really original. No one have ever done it, but like, just imagine.
Yeah, I can imagine it won't
Well,
happen. It won't happen.
We would no,
it will
we
be
like
chaotic.
no, we would overcome everything because like look at this.
You can't overcome
Egypt.
anything because all
You
the
can't
countries will retaliate. You're just gonna disintegrate.
Why?
exactly. You're just
Yeah,
gonna
because
rip
there's
down the
cultural.
economy.
Because listen. There's cultural barriers. Not all African countries are the same. Some countries despise each other with passion. So like they're just gonna retaliate, and the people will just
Yeah,
do
as if
revolutions.
New
Wait.
Mexico, as if New Mexico likes being part of the USA. Like this is part of it, you
You're
know.
just proving my point. What
Yeah,
the
but
fuck?
This
No,
politics.
I'm just telling you. Like, look at this. Look
Mm,
at this. Okay, so
okay.
there's
Let's
like
say okay. Hypothetically, okay. Hypothetically, it happens.
so
Okay.
like look at this. Look at this. Let me
If
just
you
talk about Sudan.
mm,
Only Sudan. Okay.
okay, only
So
Sudan.
you know that back then it was just one big country. It was like the biggest country in Africa. Okay.
Yeah, and then divided.
Before it split. Yeah, before it
Mm,
split.
mm.
So before that, it was the number one agricultural, whatever you can call it, like
Agricultural
producer.
country, the exporter of
No,
agriculture,
yeah,
agricultural
yeah.
goods.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so like it was really famous for that, and Egypt is like really famous for media and tourism and stuff. So like, just imagine like just the upper part, it makes up
So
like
like we take
a
the
really big
yeah. So like we
what?
take the perks. We take the perks of each country, combine them together, and like we get a super nation. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
we have like Liberia, we have Zimbabwe, like these are like
Mm.
really good.
But like,
Tunisia.
do you realize that a lot of these countries are broke and still developing? And like, even though you have
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good countries, even no, listen,
yeah,
even
this
though
is
you
what
have,
makes them good.
here's the thing, even though you have really good countries, most of your countries are actually useless. They're just gonna be a burden on you. So like, you're gonna try and develop these parts of your
It's
country,
politics.
and you're, and
it's not
bro,
ideal because like
Yeah,
the
this geography.
administrative system, and then there's like the language barrier, and then
mm,
the history, which
Mm-hmm.
is Ottomans, and then
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
but
like
first
economic
you'd have to
look,
convince.
my
values.
what I thought of is why don't like instead of the whole like look as I just said, like there's a lot of like really rich countries in Africa, but there's also like the poor ones. So
Mm,
like when someone says the United States, it's like obviously like first world, but Africa is like definitely a third world country, right?
mm,
Wait, a continent. Oh my God. But there's like really rich ones out there. So if yeah, it's gonna be a burden, but other than that, we can like at least level up to a second world country, you know?
mm.
So like
No,
the whole continent will like I don't know how to say it, man.
no,
Y- y-
because if you still do that, the population will double anyway. So then it doesn't balance it out. So
Mafia, you're supposed to be the one who knows how to talk English better than all of us, but like, you sound autistic.
I think,
Or is this just the Australian accent?
bruh.
Very good.
Okay.
No, it's just the
Nah,
smokes.
jokes.
Like the smokes affect you. Okay, I'm sorry. That's
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Republic of Congo. That's like a
Republic,
really rich country.
but
We
like
have
Yeah,
like
really
but it's
fucked
pretty
up.
small.
two whole lessons about it.
you're gonna spend the next 2 years of the African supranations just trying to battle terrorism because there's a bunch of mafias and all of that all over
Of
Africa.
course, there's gonna be cons. I'm not saying like it's all like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
let's do like a super
but
continent.
like,
Oh yeah, let's do that.
look,
We're
I
all
can
in this
see this.
together.
I
It's
can
not
see
an
this
anime.
happening. Look, I can see this happening. I can see it happening because all you need to do is convince all the world leaders of Africa.
Hmm.
But the
Hmm.
problem is, their only con is that they're gonna lose power. So if they lose total
Yeah.
power, some of them are dictators and they want to have 100% power. So if you can't give them 100% power, they're not gonna accept unless you assassinate them or convince, the people below them to assassinate him, and they agree to go with you. Politics is really dirty. I watched like a 30 minutes video on how like dictate why dictators are bad, and it like proved to me that there's no way around it. No matter if you're in a democracy, dictatorship, you'll always have to do dirty stuff in your hand in order to make everything in your imagination of a perfect country true, right? So like,
Well, yeah, that's like the basic, you know, that's the whole point.
if you're
But we
yeah,
can
but
like let's say Saudi
mhm.
Arabia. Actually, never mind. I don't want to go to jail. Let's say Germany.
Germany.
Like the
Okay.
moment no, actually, let's go to Saudi Arabia. That's like a really good
Slave
example.
trade.
So the next king comes out and he doesn't like what's going on. Actually, no, his son doesn't like what's going on. So
Mm,
he wants to make the most religious country in the whole, like in the entire world, into
mm,
a tourist country, which is
yes.
for like a normal citizen, it sounds mad, right? Like, but for
Yeah.
them, they have like a vision or whatever they call it,
The 2030
and
vision.
yeah. When you think about it, it's like a really good vision because the country would
No,
like
well, that's
the
not my
economy and
point.
everything. No, no, I'm just
Ah,
saying.
okay, okay.
So everyone hates it, obviously. Like,
Not everyone. Some of them are. A lot of
no,
people
no.
are praising it.
Yeah, well, let me give you like a really small example. The Riyadh season, like
Mm,
the festival which is going on right now, it was
mm,
actually supposed to be in Jeddah, but
mm.
the people of Jeddah said no, and then like I think
Ah,
it was somewhere else, and they also disagreed because like their culture doesn't match with what Saudi Arabia wants, right?
yeah.
Same thing would happen in the whole continent. What you want to implement won't always like be
Mm.
applicable on everyone, right?
There will
But
always be
you gotta do what you
opposition.
gotta do. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to do what you want to do.
Mm. Okay, I see. I mean, like, I can if it works out, Africa would definitely be the number one superpower. Like, you guys have a
I know,
shitload
right?
of natural resources.
Yeah.
You have like
Yeah.
the
And then
Sahara. You can
army,
do
military.
a lot of children in the military. Ooh, You can uh,
Mm.
you can just send all your children to the U.S. and you can dominate the U.S. because they have
Yeah.
most of the population of Africa is children. So
Then that does make rivalry towards other countries.
And the most important thing, world hunger. Like, let me just
Yes. Poverty.
Google it for a second.
no, the most important thing that you guys have the N-word pass, and 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 I'm telling you, you can dominate Europe. Most of Europe is just
You know,
white and Caucasian.
there's like white Africans, right?
Yes, but like they're called albino, albino, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. Well, sure, fine. You can deport them. You can like send them out.
You can behead them. I don't know.
Yeah, behead them if you choose to
So,
be a religious country.
according to Google, listen. According to Google, in the whole of Africa,
Hmm.
257 million people are experiencing hunger. So it's 20% of the whole like world hunger. What you hear, 20% is in Africa.
Hmm.
So
If
imagine if
you're,
that's
mm,
solved. Like that's a really huge part, you know.
mm. It's also
So yeah.
a really huge accomplishment.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Actually, getting this thing together. If you just manage to make the United African nations stand up for like 2 years, then that's just an accomplishment in itself.
Yeah.
If you manage, if
So
you
can we
manage to,
change?
Okay, clap.
Can we change the topic so that Hashim can talk?
Okay,
Hashim, are you
Hashim,
still
Yeah.
there?
can you listen?
I'm
But please,
listening from the sidelines.
but
I had no idea what to say.
just
I just don't like this.
just don't make it anime, please.
I swear to
Never.
God, anime is
Yeah,
really good.
just
I mean, it's really good. Okay, we can talk about this.
talk
Look,
about
anime.
something like really
Look, anime.
everyone knows.
Like from my
Wait, hold on. What did
perspective
you
as
say?
non-weeb, from my perspective as non-weeb, anime is like, it's good. It does have a lot of good gems, like not gems. It's like filled with a lot of good stuff. Like I can stay for 5 months straight watching all the best animes and not get bored. But then my problem with it is that uh, if you could, like for example, if you make a TV show, an animated TV show,
Mhm.
and label it as anime, even though your TV show sucks, you have the label of anime, and that's enough for like millions of weebs to watch it. They can criticize it,
No.
but like,
No,
but
no.
like just
Yeah,
having,
yeah, yeah.
but just
Yeah,
having,
yeah. This is
just
what.
having,
Why
yeah,
would
just
you
having
name
the
the show
label,
anime?
like consider, like if it's Japanese,
No,
just like
label it anime. Just label it
yeah,
as an anime.
as an
Anime.
anime, and then you're gonna have a lot of people going and watching it because anime
Yeah,
apparently
yeah,
is
I
like,
get
If
that. I
there's
get
no
yeah,
that.
it has,
underrated
Yeah, but
anime,
it
no
and I
doesn't mean
think
they're gonna
it's,
stay
animes that
there.
don't get
yeah,
views. There are many
that's,
animes that
Okay.
don't get. Yeah, but Amjid, you're saying it as if each and every anime gets a lot of views. Do you know how many animes don't get views?
well,
Yeah,
obviously,
exactly. There's
because, well,
over
obviously,
4,000 anime,
well,
and
obviously,
like
because they're,
50% of them
It
continue,
are
all
go ahead,
depends
go
on
ahead.
the plot. There's many good animated shows which aren't animes that get a lot of views. Rick and Morty,
exactly.
Gravity Falls,
Mm.
Stars, whatever that is called.
These are the
Morty.
mainstream. These are the mainstream.
Well, here's the
Yes.
thing, because this is not my main point. I want to branch off to my main point. My main point
Yeah, actually,
is,
I agree.
yeah,
I
no,
agree
but
with
mm-mm,
Ajay because let's say isekai or like the reincarnation thingy.
mm-mm,
Most of the modern isekais are always mediocre. Like none of them are like really good. Most of
exactly.
them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying most of them.
Mm,
But still, like you hear the word isekai and you want to watch it. So
mm,
compared to like the old ones, these are like really shit. Most of them are like really shit, but people just watch them because oh, it's anime and I like anime. I like isekai, so let me just watch it.
yeah,
Like
Plus,
mm, continue.
like on Instagram, on social media, it will get spread, and then people will get curious, and then eventually they'll
yeah,
watch it.
yeah.
But the guy,
But here's
the
the
tragedy
thing.
one.
Here's the thing. My main point is, even the main point is two things. One is that it's just like I'm disappointed that all the good animated shows come from Japan because the market is concentrated in Japan and no other country is willing to make actual good shows. Like if you look at all Western animated shows, it's all garbage. There will be some good stuff you'd see on TV, but mostly it's all garbage with the same animation techniques, nothing new, nothing original. From time to time, you're gonna find like hidden gems that aren't mainstream, and the fact that they're not mainstream just shows the cultural stigma of animated shows is for children. And just because the fact that people think animated shows is for children, the adult audience, the adult demographic won't give it a chance. Won't like give it a chance or go and just they just prioritize and know that Japanese animation is for adults and any animation that's not Japanese is for children. And this really sucks. So if we're able to
I
change
mean,
this, the cultural stigma, we can, give chances or opportunities to other countries for, producing better quality shows that are targeted for adults and are not just like Rick and Morty. Like, Rick and Morty is really good, but then most of Adult Swim shows is just all sex jokes and regurgitated adult jokes. Like something really good, like can compete with the Japanese market. That's what I want to see.
well, why do you think this is a bad thing? Like
Well, it's not a bad
anime,
thing, but like here's the thing.
like
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. In Japan,
not as a bad thing, not as a like
I'll tell you
um
why I see it as a negative.
it's not an let me just tell you one thing.
Mm.
So, for example, Samsung, the company, okay, they adapted this one idea of like, let's say the Galaxy Fold. It doesn't
Mm.
work out, so they stop it. It's like
Mm.
out of the media. You can't buy it. You can't do anything about it. But then they adapt the idea of what's it called again? The Edge, like
Yeah,
Galaxy Edge,
I have an edge
and it
phone.
works out. Yeah, it works out. So they keep on going, like they keep on doing the same thing. They don't change it because it's
Mm.
working. So why
Mm.
don't you just do that? Like if they find out that their series is working, or like the whole thing is working. So like why do they change it? Why does it change? If it's working, then yes. If it's not, like Final Destination, the movie series, it has a shit ton of movies. And
Mm.
the only reason why they didn't stop was because all the movies were like working. Yeah, right. So many people hated on them, but it's working in the end. So yeah, they continue. The same thing happens with anime.
Well, I'll tell you the thing. It's not the problem in the anime or the animes they produce. It's the problem in how they make the anime. Now, in case you didn't know, I'm pretty sure you know, the animation market in Japan is really miserable. Like, the conditions for animators suck, and eventually it will go
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Because here's the thing. If you have the market is really big, right? And really concentrated, and they pump out seasons of anime, season after season, and you have really bad conditions of workers. Eventually, a lot of these workers, there could be a strike, there could be like an incident happening that can go nationwide. It's really vulnerable for crashing, and this could like one like popular news of like an animator dying or something from overworking could like spark the need for all animators working in this market to retaliate, which could lead to a crash in the market. And if this crash happens, I'm pretty sure anime would not be the same like for the rest of the history. And if it's not the same, then which other country will take the place of Japan, right? There's only one country that makes good animations, and it's Japan. If we only have one country and
Didn't
something happens to the country, to the market there, we're not gonna see any good animated shows ever again. Like, rarely.
didn't something like that already happen in Japan? The Kyoto
Yeah.
Animation Studio
No,
when
it
the whole
was a
fire
terrorist
thing
attack,
happened.
I think. It was a terrorist attack. It wasn't.
No,
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 it
no.
wasn't.
It was a fire, I think.
It was
Let
a
me just Google
Yeah.
fire.
it really.
Yeah, but it wasn't
2017.
Yeah,
related to workers. Like, yeah, it wasn't related to workers
Yeah, so
overworking.
what you're trying to say is that if something affects the anime industry, it could affect the whole target audience or
The
something.
what? The whole on target what?
The target
audience.
audience,
No, I mean like if
or
something,
just like the industry itself.
yeah, the industry itself. Like if something happens to Japan, Japan is the only place where good animated shows come from. And if something happens to the industry, which relies on really bad, workers working in really bad conditions, since they're working in bad conditions, there could something happen and at the end crash all over their head, which could be negative for the quality of animated shows in the future. And yeah,
Well, I don't think it'll affect it. It'll just like change the
it will
rules.
maybe
or
it will
something.
slow the production of animations, like really slow it. Maybe there could be a renaissance. Who knows? You guys literally have nothing to say.
No, I have like
Bring in your
a lot
hentai
of things.
tags.
Gomoki Gorilla. Wait,
Shut
where's
up.
there a gorilla? Let me just. Wait, I have to check the gorilla. Oh, ew, ew, ew.
You do
Okay.
realize if some Saudi agent listens to this podcast and he sees you reading these hentai links, you
Wow! Holy
Maybe
shit!
Oh yeah.
we
Gorilla?
could
Let's
keep
Oh
let's
this
man!
for private use, like private stuff.
yeah. Let's talk
please.
about how different. Wait, Hannah, you're in Australia right now, right?
Yeah. Yup.
I
I
hate how
am.
you went to Japan. Like, I hate that.
Did she go to
Or
Haha! It
some
Japan?
was actually a good
Hannah
experience.
went to Japan?
like
Yeah,
Like I
for a
was so
month.
supportive. I sounded so supportive, but like I was so jealous.
I'm
Oh,
not
it was.
jealous. I mean,
I am jealous. I am fucking jealous. Right? Oh my
fucking
god.
weebs. Get out of here.
Yeah, but
Oh,
to be honest, yeah. Most of it is just
okay.
like, see, there's the thing. Weebs is like a really back then. Like if you call someone a weeb, he'll just get so offended. But
Yeah,
like
but
right
Yeah.
now,
they see it as a
the word
compliment.
no, right now the word otaku, like back then the word otaku and weeb differentiated like people between each other. Like otaku is just someone who enjoys anime or like Japanese related games and whatever. But weeb is
Mm,
like someone who acts Japanese and talks the
Yeah.
anime Japanese and shit. But right now it gets all mixed up. So if
mm.
someone says, "Oh, you're a weeb," you don't
My
get it if
choice.
it's like
I mean, like,
Japanese weeb, like.
well, I don't care which terminology I'm using. I'm just like giving you the like, it's all the same meaning, right? You know what I'm talking about. I'm just insulting you. I'm not a weeb after all.
well.
Degenerate.
I mean, from
What?
your perspective, yes, but from like an actual Japanese person, he gets so offended. Like there's those
Yeah.
people who come to Japan, they're like so respectful.
Mm.
They just
It's all about the
they're honest.
respect.
It's all about the respect. So they're just so honest. They come here just for anime. Like you can tell they just come here for
Mm.
the anime,
Yeah.
fucking
They actually have an
manga
entire.
trash.
They made an entire city just for those weebs, where they
Oh
come.
yeah, I forgot what it's
Yeah,
called.
it's a bunch
It
of
starts with an
anime.
S or something.
Yeah, constructed an entire. They didn't construct it, but like they changed. Like they made it for tourism, specific to anime and the whole
Oh,
thing.
Akihabara.
Yeah, Akihabara. Oh yes, I went there. It was so good. Like it was like I
Akihabara is
think
like the Times Square of anime.
anime. Yeah, there were like lots of posters, and there's a fuck ton of people. Like you need to catch the train before rush hour.
Damn.
Rush hour. I don't think we have that here.
We
Is
don't
it
have
true
trains.
that oh my
Is it
god, I hate this thing.
Is it true that what?
Oh, is it true that I think I heard Joji said before something. But
Huh?
women in Japan they get discount on their separate metro or train because apparently at least every day a lot of
Rapes.
what do you call it? Yeah, rape. Oh my God, English, please.
Oh, I heard this from before. The rape rate or whatever. I don't know what's
No,
called.
no, like every day, like
Incident.
every trip, there's like a rape incident. Yeah, incident. Finally, there's a rape incident
Oh,
happening. So
I
is it
don't think
true?
so.
Did you go through a
No,
rape incident?
but no, but in Japan there's a lot of suicides. So one day I was at this train station and they had to stop all this train schedules because someone jumped in front of a train.
Holy
Oh
shit.
shit.
Hmm. I hear
Yeah, so
the.
every day there's a suicide,
I hear the.
especially at the train
Mm,
stations.
I hear the
I mean,
culture
yeah,
is
it's
like, yeah.
reasonable. It's
Very
reasonable
strict about
because
the work.
there's
Once you quit one
yeah.
job, you don't get another. That's how it is
Yeah,
for them.
exactly.
Yeah, the old
Like
culture.
everyone
Yeah,
wears the same clothes.
we had a lesson about that in my old school.
You had a
I think
lesson
it
about
was
everything. What the fuck?
yeah. We study everything, and it's
You
so
have like a
stupid.
really good school, and like this shitty one. You're like in.
No,
Like, I'm
no,
with you in the same
no. Yeah,
class, and we suck.
wait. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. The difference between our school and the Western schools. My
Mm.
school never, and I'll brag about it till the day I die. We never used a calculator in our life.
How is this
Wow.
Men-
bragging? How is this bragging?
yes, it's bragging. Mental max for life, you
Well,
know?
fuck you,
And
mental
also,
max. You're not
mental
gonna be able
math.
to use sine 19.
Look. How long were your math exams, and how long were long in
3 hours.
time and long in sheets of paper? How many sheets of
No,
paper
it's
were
like
there?
the exact same thing, but like,
I don't think it's the
yeah,
exact same thing.
actually, no. Like, the
Actually,
question,
Obviously
one
way
second,
shorter.
one second. Because I talked to Mai about this. how Australian education stuff. So let's compare our school to her school because apparently Australian
Okay.
education is like one of the best education systems in the whole world. So like, who wants to go first?
You guys can go
Um,
first.
Okay.
do you guys not use calculators?
We use calculators, but once you're in a specific type of math class, you have to stop using it. So if you're in the advanced or like in extension 1.0 and then there's like another extension, you can have to stop using a calculator. But if you're in the standard or general, you can use it.
Isn't that
But
what
then it also depends on
Guac
the
is at?
teacher.
Isn't that what Guac is at right now? Advanced Max.
Yeah, I think so.
What a poor soul.
How about we talk about the infrastructure of our schools? Like, do you guys have lockers?
We do, but it is well, if you want to have a lockup, you can have it if you want, and it's free. So
Oh yeah, the most basic question. Okay, the most basic question. How different is your school from like the high schools in the movies? You know, the basic schools in the movies.
Yeah.
From like lockers to cafeteria to like the bullies to everything. How different
Like
is it?
the whole thing between students.
Bullies mainly.
we don't actually have a cafeteria. We bring our own food.
Is it because your school is cheap or is it like usual? Like
No,
this?
because they don't like approve of cafeterias because like to use then the canteen is like fucking expensive but like also healthy.
Oh.
And like in the movie, like you know how all classrooms are like connected as one building.
Wait, what?
Like you know how all the classrooms, right, are connected in just one building, like one area.
Yeah.
For my school, everything is scattered. So like for one building, it has a specific for like maths or like so pretty much in average Australians it has to be like 5 to 6 separate buildings on like primary.
Oh, so it's just like a university.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, so you don't take classes always with the same people?
No.
Oh my god. You know, this is actually I just noticed the advantage because if you don't take the classes always with the same people, you have like way more people. Yeah, you have way more room to socialize and make friends. Fuck me.
Or from the other side, you don't have people whom you can spend you don't have people whom you like actually spend most of your time with. So you end up with no friends.
Yeah.
And then you end up in a weeb chat and then end up doing podcasts with 3 Middle Easterns who just
Oh my god.
Guess what? I'm actually African, so yeah.
African slang. Okay, what's the shame in being Middle Eastern? What the fuck are you guys on about?
You see, the thing is. Oh yeah, wait. Let's not shift the topic. One more, like, major difference. For us, the teachers come to us, but I think for them, they go to the teachers.
Yeah,
so like they go.
To the teachers.
Yeah, so there's nothing called. Oh, I'm lazy. This is my place.
Yeah. That's why we're like all fit as fuck.
Do you guys have a library?
Pardon?
Library. Do you have a library?
Oh yeah, we have 2 libraries.
How big is it?
2 libraries.
Yeah.
How big is it?
Big. One building. And then
oh my god. Oh my god. Can I please talk? Can I please talk? Please.
But can you access the library? No.
Yes,
okay,
you can.
That's how it is in our school.
You can access it before school and after school.
Listen, listen, our school we have 1 library and I'm the librarian.
I'm a librarian. I'm a librarian.
Fucking whatever. Librarian. Whatever, however you pronounce it. And I have the key. Look. So my teacher is responsible for the library, and he had the keys. He had two copies. So like I stole one copy and replicated it and kept one with me, so I can access the library whenever I want. So I can me, Pine, and Hashim go inside, just talk inside the library in a chill place whenever we have free periods. I'm not
This is
fucking with you.
actually where we got. This is where we
Yeah,
actually
Yeah,
got the podcast idea from
yeah.
because we just
And
chill there.
Oh,
but guess how big our library is?
it is like
um,
half the
Eight
size of one
by
of your
8 by
classrooms.
15. 8 by 15 meters maybe. That's
Yeah,
it.
Okay,
shit.
but to be fair, for
to be
like
fair.
just three students, it's like really big. It's enough.
Yeah.
But like for an
Yeah,
actual
that's
school
true.
library, it's nothing. Like we had to close
Yeah.
the library and not open it for 1 month because there were too many children who come in and borrow books, and
Oh,
so like
I
it's
still
just a.
didn't return
Mm.
the book, by the way. I still have the book. I didn't return it.
I took a
The
book from
Exile.
last year. Yeah, I took a book from last year and didn't return it. That's how much they don't give a fuck about the library. They import all their books from India. From India, where the books are
dang,
like less than quarter the price.
dang. Okay.
Like
In
our school.
in Australia,
Mm,
you
mm.
get a warning, and if you don't pay it back, you have to pay a fee, which is like around $30 to $60.
Yeah,
So
it's
like,
same thing with the Indian school. Like they're so strict. To be honest, we never borrow books because you have to pay to borrow a book.
You're all
Wait, in,
legit.
But
in your school.
dang, that's sad.
yeah,
See the contrast between our schools? How sad it is?
Yep.
and no. The thing is, what's actually sad is for you guys, like you have the whole community service thing, and it actually helps in your resume. Wait,
Yeah,
is
it
resume
does.
wait, is
Yeah,
resume
it
a right
does.
term for like a college
Yeah,
application?
I think so.
Application.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Yeah,
called
application.
yeah. So
application.
okay, so but for us, we get those certificates, which are as useless as your toilet paper. I'm not even kidding. Like, I swear to God, the principal makes them in bundles. He doesn't even care. He just
Dang.
is like, "Oh, here you go." It's like
And
the
you know how he
part.
makes him?
No,
The
no.
principal.
It's like
You,
you know when you do something in sports or whatever, and they're like they give you the participation badge. Thank you
Yeah.
for being part of this. Yeah, it's like that. We
Oh,
cleaned the whole library. The principal like promised us like I don't
we
know
didn't
like
just
20
clean it. We didn't
points or
just clean
something.
it. We also arranged the
We
books by size, by genre,
yeah
by
yeah
everything.
yeah
We made
yeah.
spreadsheets.
No, I'm not talking
Dang.
about you. I'm talking about my school. Like we did
Ah,
the
your
whole
school. We
thing.
did the same. We did the
Yeah,
same thing. Oh my
yeah.
god.
Me
it
and
took
how
us 2 classes, which is almost like 40 something students to finish it. And guess what? Each one of us got like the same certificate, and it was as useless as a toilet paper.
God
Our
damn.
That's
principal.
oh.
Our
Wait, do you
Me and
principal.
our
guys
teacher did the same thing, and we got the library for us. It's a pretty fair
Yeah.
deal.
dang,
No, it's not a fair deal
that's
because the teacher is a douchebag.
He is. He is a very big one. I don't like him. We do
And
all
his
the
sense of
work, and in the end, he barely lets us in.
no, his sense of humor sucks. That's what I'm talking about. He tries joking
His
around with me.
laugh. His
He,
laugh. His
yeah,
laugh.
I'm not
He hit me
kidding.
with the Joe Mama joke like when it died, and it was so bad.
His sense
Oh
of
yeah,
humor
Hannah,
is
you were trying to say something. You were trying to say something.
oh yeah. Can you guys take like courses during high school or not?
What do you mean by courses?
Because in Australia, you can take like probably 2-hour courses from university while you're still in I.
We're not in university yet.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, yeah.
exactly.
While you're in university, while you're in high school.
We don't.
Oh.
No.
I actually heard about that, but no, we never had that.
Actually, look, for some reason, I'm trying to study economics, and in the entire city that we live in,
For some
there is,
reason, for
for
some
some,
reason.
look, in this city that we live in, the entirety of the city, there is no one school that provides economic lessons. No one school for IGCSEs. I can't even find teachers, no nothing. And our town is like some little shitty town, forgotten town in Saudi Arabia in the East Coast, and nobody gives a shit about. So all the good teachers is like in the nearby cities that are more popular. So I'm having a really hard time finding actual good teachers for courses that are not like really niche. It's just economics. It's really popular. You just, the entire. I'm just gonna. Okay.
I mean, you should be thankful you at least have this school. The main
Yes.
reason why I
Yes.
shifted, look, the main reason why I shifted from an Indian syllabus to a British syllabus is because, like, 11th and 12th grade, and if you want to go to the 13th grade or whatever,
What?
it's actually in the next city, the Dammam, which is like, I don't know, how far is it? Let me just Google that.
It's 1 hour, 2 hours away. 2 hours away driving.
Oh no, less than 2 hours. Less than 2 hours. One
No
hour
need to
and
be
like
I'm just
okay.
gonna,
20
Okay,
minutes.
I'm
Maya
just
doesn't.
gonna, so
Maya
it's
doesn't live.
500,
Look,
506.
Maya doesn't live
Just
with us, so
forget
let's
about the
not be
timing.
specific. Let's not be specific. Just go on.
Okay, so it's 506 kilometers away from
What?
where we
The
are.
ma'am. The ma'am.
So, yeah,
What?
yeah, it says that distance from Al-Aqsa to Dammam,
This is
506.
bullshitting.
So
No,
anyway,
it's 200.
No.
whatever,
Yeah.
Okay,
whatever.
whatever.
So it's
Yeah.
far, it's far. So each morning, one of my friends, you guys know him, we play basketball together. So he actually wakes up 4 a.m. in the morning, takes the bus to the city, and then comes back at 4, I think, like 4 p.m., which is like torture, just because this city is like forgotten, so nobody actually made a whole branch here. So the nearest branch is like 500 kilometers away or whatever it is.
But it's not that. But if he utilizes his time on the bus and studies on there, like actually studies,
Yeah, sure.
he
Yeah,
would have
sure.
time.
You wake up at
Hashim,
4 a.m.
Hashim,
to go to a school on school bus.
Hashim, if you become an adult,
How?
I'm really scared. I'm really scared. If you become an adult, you're gonna do a lot of shitty decisions. Who the fuck would study 2 hours each day on the bus? You're gonna be in a really shitty mood. The bus will be shaking. You're not gonna be able to write or use the calculator. You're really like, it's just, just shut up, Hashim.
Talk about shitty moods. Like shitty moods in the
Yeah.
morning is like a reasonable thing
Yeah,
because, you know, but people who are actually happy in the morning, they're scary.
exactly. Yeah, we were supposed to go on a tangent on another topic, but like, Awab, you stopped us.
I'm sorry.
What was the topic again?
Um,
Hitler.
Yawi,
okay.
Yen, Yobishi, Yome tag.
Oh, maybe
Perhaps-
it's for like Santa Paul.
Oh yeah, the tangent was about tangent? The rant was about anime, I think. Is that where we started?
No,
Yeah,
we finished.
yeah,
We
yeah.
finished. We were like talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, oh yeah. Schools. One more like really big thing. The difference between like I don't know about anywhere else, but the schools here and the schools anywhere else is sports or PE or
Oh,
whatever.
sports, yes.
Like
Wait, tell me about
our
yours.
our schools don't really give a single shit like
Exactly.
for like physical education or whatever. Like we in the school which I moved in, it's called sports. In the school which I was at, it's just called games, like go and play or whatever. The school, what the school does is provide you with a half a court, like what a normal football field should look like, the quarter of that, and they give you a football, a basketball, and I think
Yeah. Sometimes sometimes the PE teacher isn't even there. He doesn't give a shit. So he's like, you just come to my
what do you mean
office and take the ball.
sometimes? We don't
We don't
even
even-
have a PE teacher.
We don't even. No, we have. We actually have one.
No. In my school, we never had. It's just
No, I mean
it's
it's
that
our
it's
school.
that time. Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
they don't really care about that.
Oh, okay. Well, in Australia, physical education. So we do like 3 practical lessons and then we do 4 theoretical lessons.
Oh
And
my
every
god.
kid in Australia is on a sports or something. Like you can't find maybe it's like one in, like 8 people that a kid is not doing sports because everyone in my sports and like my school has attended international hockey competition and yeah we're we just take sports seriously and
I mean, of
like
course.
as part yeah
I
and
mean,
as
of
part of like
course.
as part of education like the education
Mm,
program
yeah, of
physical
course.
education
You know,
has to be
Well,
in
according
Australia,
to the
well,
statistics,
well, shut
according
up.
to the statistics, 30% of Australia are actually obese,
Hmm.
yeah
You guys are getting
which
that's
is
only
the
if they're
the
adults
you're getting the American influence.
yeah
wait,
sadly
30%, but oh, you guys are like actually close to the United States. United
Yeah,
States is
yeah
really
almost a
close.
40.
Mm.
pretty
Actually, never
sad
mind. That's like 10%. Never mind.
Look,
Wait, what's the
the closer you are to the US, the more obesity you have, and that's a fact. Like,
yeah
check it. You can check. Come on, do the
Oh, cool,
research now.
cool, cool.
that's a
So
fact
it's like Australia and then Saudi Arabia and then the United States
I
in
mean, Saudi.
obesity. So Australia is the
Yeah,
least and Saudi Arabia is 35.5 and then the USA, those
yeah.
fat cunts.
Those fat Arabs, they're rocking. They're going wild. Did you clap your ass
Wait,
cheeks?
no, that was my
oh
water bottle. Is
Mm.
Kuwait the fattest country? That's one of the questions. Oh my God. Oh my God. So look at this. According to the Forbes magazine, Kuwait ranked 8th on a 2007 list of fattest countries with around 74.2% of
Oh
Kuwait's
my.
god
total
damn
Oh
population
my
with an unhealthy weight.
god.
shit bruh
Forget what I mean. Okay, fuck the US. It's the Arab countries who are so fat. The closer you are to the
Like,
Middle East, the fatter you are. Okay.
wait, what's the most obese? What's
My God.
they just
You
say
know,
obese?
to be fair, you live in Australia. Our diet consists of all carbohydrates. That's it, and a lot of fats. Like we can't eat any meal without either rice or bread. If we don't have bread or rice, we can't eat the food. It's like physically undigestible for us.
Actually, no. China is like having like they worship rice. So
No, we
yeah
have bread. We have bread and rice.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We eat chicken with rice. We eat lamb with rice. We eat rice
Let me
with
check.
bread.
so you pretty much
Oh
eat anything
damn!
with rice
Only 5% to 6% in China are obese.
Gee. Well, I mean,
Even though what?
what? Wait, you go. Sorry.
Communism. That's
I wasn't gonna say anything. I just said like, damn, you know.
mm,
Oh, well, it because they adapt to that diet, and
mm, culture. It's all about culture.
yeah, mm-hmm,
Yeah,
And Japan going lower with 3.6. I mean, yeah, the pressure itself is just,
yeah. Oh,
was
like
the
if
fattest
you live
country
in
in Europe.
Japan,
What?
okay, I think I don't.
UK. It must be the UK. Remember that
Huh?
picture you showed me? Remember that picture you showed me of the health prime minister of Belgium?
Oh
Yeah.
yes, I've seen that.
Oh my god.
Actually,
She
according to
ate
what
all
it
the
says
food to
here,
save us all.
yeah. According to what it says here, the UK's alcohol consumption levels are among the highest in Europe. So
I'm
not
not
obesity,
surprised.
but alcohol. I mean, yeah, look
Okay.
at guac. Fucking high ass bitch.
Oh my god.
Okay, so a study of 900 million people found that only Malta and Turkey have highest level of obesity. Oh, they
Not
have higher
Turkey.
levels than Britain,
Damn.
Look, it makes
which has
sense.
risen from fifth place in just 6 years.
It
Yeah,
does make
Middle
sense.
East, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the Middle Eastern influence.
Fat twats, man.
Finally, something to be proud of as a Middle Eastern.
Oh yeah, wait. I have something to be proud of.
What is it?
Wait.
What is it?
Let me just check my statistics.
Stop. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the debate team.
You are in
We
or you
did
were
it, guys. We did it. We did
What?
it. Oh my god, I'm
I
so proud of
was.
myself.
I just need to join again this year.
Oh, okay.
So, guys, let me tell you this. So, a little bit of a history lesson. Wait, did Hashim actually leave? Oh my god, he did. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
You're really a supportive
Well,
friend.
he should have been the hype man. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So, according to like I think 2011 or something,
2011.
Sudan. Wait, what's wrong with it?
What?
Whatever.
Continue.
Sudan was like the number one most failed or fragile or failure state or country in the whole world. So we were actually like in all the states, in the economy, in the social, in the political states, we were like the worst country. We were in the number one chart for like 2 to 3 years, head to head with Zimbabwe and Afghanistan.
Of
So
course.
now we're actually down to the eighth, which is really good, but actually really sad. Yemen is number one, which is
Of course. Which is,
strange.
no, it's not.
South
It's
Sudan is
not
number
strange.
third.
It's not strange.
It's
You know
kind
why?
of strange. Like
No, it's not
it's so
strange. You know
fast.
why? You know why?
Yeah, but it's so fast at the same time. Like in
No.
just a blink
Let's
of an eye,
let's
you
give
know.
you let's give you. Okay, here. We have an Australian here. Let me give you a little history lesson. So we both live in Saudi Arabia, right?
Mhm.
And there is this country to the south of Saudi Arabia called Yemen. It's they're
Oh
right at
yeah,
the
I know.
yeah. So basically, there is this whole thing with terrorist groups who are really heavy and have a huge influence in the government in Yemen, or that's at least what Saudi Arabia believes. Because of that, we're not sure yet. I'm not gonna put any accusations just for my own safety, but like just for that reason, Saudi Arabia is sending a shitload of their army force. And in case you didn't know, Saudi Arabia has the fifth most expensive army in the world. So, like, they are actually doing devastating damage in Yemen. And it causes a crisis. A lot of places burn, a lot of places destroyed. People are living in poverty, or people are broke. It's overall a shitty situation. The country went into shit after Saudi Arabia started attacking it. And they're attacking it for like supposedly clearing out the terrorism. There's also other reasons, but like I'm not gonna dive deep into them.
I want some drama between North Korea, Iran, and USA.
Oh
That would like really be fun, you know, and it would
yeah,
hype the meme community, you know.
yeah, that's true.
It's awful, the memes. Imagine all the
The me-
memers going to the
Not
battlefield.
gonna lie, the meme community makes it really good, like
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah,
But at
Let's
the
it's
say,
same time,
mm,
it's
it's
a really bad thing because
it's
like,
pretty
let's
risky.
say, yeah, like let's say the Australian fires. It's a, it's a huge deal. It's a real
mhm,
thing, but they still
Yeah.
meme it, which
yeah,
is yeah. But on some other factors, like let's say the what's it called again? Cybertruck?
Cybertruck,
Elon
yeah,
Musk.
Tesla
Yeah,
Cybertruck.
the Cybertruck. So it was almost a way of advertising for Elon Musk, you know,
Mm.
but the
Oh,
memes
okay.
and shit. So you know there are pros and cons.
Of memes. I
Yeah.
think the media exaggerates on the Australian fires. Just
You
yeah.
think?
Yeah, cause like I've seen posts about like people showing maps of Australia, like the whole country bending. Like most of the country is like desert, and then we
Sahara.
have fires under control, but we just suffering because towns don't have water supply and like yeah. And then there's people losing homes and shit. And then there's the government who doesn't give one single fuck about this situation until last week. Yeah. The media exaggerates it. But like everyone's doing okay, we're just running
Yeah,
out of water and dying.
because you guys live in the areas that aren't desert. You like populated some of the country, but most of the country is still covered in savannas, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, tell
Yeah.
me about it. Tell me about deserts. Am I right? Like, fucking desert country, piece of shit.
Swear to
Desert.
God, there is nothing
Okay,
to enjoy here.
let's just cut that part out.
There's nothing to enjoy here.
I swear to God, we need something. Like the first fucking expo that we ever had was this year, which is stupid, you know. The first horror theme park or whatever was this year. Like, oh my God, you know. We don't even have water parks here.
Look,
I'm talking about like my
That's
city.
sad.
look, Mai.
That's
If you ever think about making a presentation about the culture in the Middle East, you can always do a podcast with us, and we're going to provide you with top tier knowledge from two insiders.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what's the most sad thing ever? 2 years
What?
ago, 2 years ago, they established the first cinema in Saudi Arabia, and the first cinema in our city is yet to be made.
Wow.
And above all of that, the cinemas are shit. Like everything is just censored. Everything is like
Yeah.
shitty subtitles and shit.
Hmm.
And it's like only two things: either Marvel or some stupid Arabian shit. Oh my God, I'm so mad.
Look, we have to help Arabian directors, our talent produced by the country. So, like, yeah, that's what they say.
So for this country to look more tourisable, is that a word?
More appealing to appealing
Like,
to
to
tourists.
be
It's tourism.
More appealing
No,
to
to be-
tourists.
Yeah, but in one word, it's tourisable.
No,
That's a word.
don't compress everything to one word. Imagine. Let's try.
Say
Let's.
increased tourism.
How about? Let's try compressing this podcast into one word.
Oh my God, it's actually a word. No, never
Gay.
mind. That's French. That's French.
Wait, do you want me to say goodbye and lollipop?
Say whatever you want.
Okay. Sayonara.
Just make it so Australian, like say so or like whatever.
I don't know.
Sayonara in
What?
Saudi. No, like
Saudi.
according to our culture, according to our culture. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
G'day, mate. Bye bye. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Good day, sir.
Get it.
Yay.
Okay, we can just
Goodbye,
let-
boomers.
okay, just clap. I'm just gonna stop recording. Clap.